Do I need me some of these? Probably not. Welcome back. It is day 4 in Florida, kind of day 3 if you're just counting the park days though. So we are off to Universal Studios and Halloween Horror Nights. I'm trying to show you my top. It's a Bride of Frankenstein Hello Kitty top that I picked up in Islands of Adventure the other day. But yes, we are having a late start in Universal Studios. One, because it's Halloween Horror Nights and we're just going to stay the whole time. And then second, because we've got Fast Pass as well. So it just gives us that little bit of extra time. I've actually found having Fast Pass just makes it not even the benefits of just getting on the rides quicker, but it just means mentally you can just take it a little bit slower as well. But yeah, I just caught the hair out of my corner of my eye. I've also got a little spider glow-in-the-dark scrunchie that I got years ago, I think. Can't remember where from. And yes, so we're doing the park in the daytime with Fast Pass, and then we're just going to stay right through into Horror Nights. I am very nervous of Halloween Horror Nights. On the other hand, Nick, not so much. So I think I'm going to be holding his hand and closing my eyes through a lot of this. I've tried to also go for a bit of a smoky eye today. We don't know if that's going to last until 1 o'clock in the morning or 2 o'clock in the morning. I think it shuts actually. Also yesterday we went to Target in the evening and I was absolutely I don't know if that would have picked up, but Nick just goes Target. Yes, we went to Target yesterday evening and we got picked up because we've not hired a car, we've just been doing Ubers everywhere, well lifts actually, and the lift arrived and it was this huge red truck, like, you know, your sort of what you'd think about an American car being, a massive red car. And the driver was really nice and kind of gave us some tips and tricks about the parks. And then we also, throughout the day, the rides we went on, I realised I didn't do any of this in yesterday's vlog. So we were at Epcot, we tried to do sort of drinking and eating around the world, but it was very rainy. And some of the rides we went on were amazing. The Guardians of the Galaxy, we were just not expecting it. We didn't realise that the carriages kind of twist and turned. That was so cool. And yeah, and then we ended up in some American show at some point. That was a bit weird. But Nick just said it was amazing. So yeah, so it was really fun, got lots of stuff done. I think the only thing we didn't get done was Test Track, but even if we had have had the lightning lane for that, because it was constantly out of lightning lanes, it was closed for the majority of the day because of how rainy it was. So we got on all the rides that we wanted to get on, and yes. Anyway, back to Halloween Horror Nights, come along with us. Got hair and scrunchie, little Hello Kitty Bride, Frankenstein, skirt and trainers, and I've got some shorts underneath my skirt as well, because you know. It is about 11:30. Oh, let me just check my microphone's on. Yes. It's about 11:30 and we have made it into City Walk, just heading over to Universal Studios now. And it's very hot. It's like the hottest it's been so far, we think. So good luck to my makeup. That's going to be gone by about 5 p.m. probably. And we have the freestyle cups, so it's going to repay for those to have refills throughout the day. And we've got Fast Pass as well, I mentioned that earlier. So we're just going to head to the rides, I think. Very excited. And you can see the arches now, so I'll show you. So you've got obviously all their normal characters, but then on the arches you can see they've got Terrifier, Five Nights at Freddy's, Jason, Fallout. Oh, I'm getting nervous now, it's not even anywhere near Halloween Horror Nights time. So yeah, we're going to do the park just as the park now, grab our bands whenever that opens, and yeah, I think we're in for a treat, a very scary treat, but a treat nonetheless. We've come to Finnegan's Irish Bar, because of course, when would you come to an Irish bar? In Universal Studios. I'm thinking of getting a beer battered onion rings because they come with a Guinness aioli. So yeah, I'm very tempted to try those. And then there's quite a lot on the menu, to be fair. I shall show you around. Got our Guinness flags, Irish flags, a big bar. We've just had our dinner and we went on the mummy ride, which was quite intense but enjoyable. I remember it when I was younger, and now we are heading into Harry Potter. Got the night bus there and Grimmel Place coming up. I don't know if I've made this up, but I'm sure you can see Creature at some points. And we're going to go on the Gringotts ride after this. Hear the music playing in the background. Very excited to try the Gringotts one. When I was here last time, I don't think this bit even existed. Yeah, oh, there's Creature. I hadn't made it up. I was just saying, sometimes you can see Creature. I didn't know if I'd made it up, but...
You gotta go knock.
Very cool. Is this when you get Jack and Potatoes? It's so random, it's like Jack and Potatoes.
Shall I go knock for you?
Yeah, go knock. Funny. Right, now we're off to go into Diagon Alley. And we're in Diagon Alley. This is so cool. Realised we came in through the wrong entrance, so I'm making us walk back out to go through the right entrance, which is here, obviously. It'd be cool if they had the pub and you could actually like tap the wall. Obviously that would probably take a lot. Yeah, a couple of automatic doors. Now there we go. That's better. Oh, look at the dragon up there. So we are now off to go do the ride. We're just gonna have a look around the shops before heading onto the ride. All the shops kind of interlink into one, so there's a sugar plum sweetie shop there, a sort of robe shop, and then we're going into the twins joke shop. I love the little pygmy puffs. They're so cute. Do I need me some of these? Probably not, but I do want one of these big fat ones. Oh my gosh, they've got a headband. No, we need to leave. Right, let's go and find the ride. I think everyone's waiting for the dragon to shoot fire out of its mouth, but I don't know when that happens. Whether there's like a little alert or something. Wow, it's massive. I was just thinking at the front it looked quite small, and then you actually come in and it's huge. I'm gonna head up to the ride now. I've said that about 3 times, but this time I think we're actually gonna go do it. A couple of places to grab your drinks from. Oh, there's a show happening. Tales of Beast of the Bard. Yeah, it looks like a show's about to happen.
Want to exchange?
Ooh, let's go and exchange some money, shall we? We don't have one of these wands, but we've seen people interacting with all the bits around. So you can see it. Obviously, if you want to do the interactions yourself, the wands are basically on sale everywhere, so no problem. Oh wow! Oh wow, look at that. It's huge.
By how they because they care about the spirit. It's not
Yours, brother, who was a combative man, was far more powerful than any in existence, a one that was always windjewels for its owner. So death fashioned him one from an elder tree that grew nearby.
We've actually used our fast passes really well and managed to get the majority of the big rides done. We went on the Harry Potter one, and then when did we go after the Harry Potter one?
We went to the Mummy first.
Done the Mummy, then Harry Potter, did Men in Black, Harry Potter, then Men in Black, then E.T., then Transformers. I wasn't as much fun of the Transformers one. I wasn't aware, like I didn't know that it was going to be so juddery. But yeah, they were all really good in their own way. And then we have picked up our bands. I'm really scared. I'm actually genuinely scared. I am not a horror house person at all, which is a bit weird because I did spend one Halloween as a scare actor. But yeah, I was probably more scared than the guests coming themselves. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. So we've got our bands, we've got them from up there somewhere. We're currently sat outside Louis Bar and Grill. I couldn't tell you what the place was where we got the bands, but I know it's just up that way towards the water, and didn't wait long at all, barely any queue. We got in the queue about 4-ish, and literally it was a couple of minutes, got the bands, and then we just had some pizza garlic knot things, and we're going to go head over to our first queue. So we are going to stay, they don't open until about 5:15. I think people are already in the queues already, but we're going to head over to Five Nights at Freddy's, we think, and then the plan is to then go to Fallout because they open first at 5:15. I don't know much about WWE. Apparently it's a really good house, but like you kind of need, well not need is a massive exaggeration, but it's better if you know the story, so we're not prioritising that one for the 3 that open at 5:15, and then we're just going to play it by ear, look at queues, get some food, definitely have a drink for some courage, and yeah, I will let you know how it goes. And I'm not going to be so smiley in about 2 hours time. I don't know why I'm looking at my watch because I don't have a watch on, I've just got this band on, so wish me luck.
It's a proper train. Got the locomotive.
As you can probably tell from my hair, we were stood out in the rain for about an hour for Terrifier, and I'm soaking wet. Neither me or Nick have ever watched a Terrifier, so we weren't really sure what was going on. I was actually much better than I thought I would be. It was very jump scary, but we're now off to try and find Jason. No, not sorry, Jason. Five Nights at Freddy's. As originally we wanted to do Five Nights at Freddy's, but it got to capacity, so we weren't allowed inside. So we're going back to Five Nights at Freddy's to see what that one's like, and then we're going to get a drink. Hello, jump scare from Future Reki. I just wanted to give some context to the next clip, as whilst I was editing, I was just feeling it was an tinsy wincy bit negative, and I just wanted to set the scene of we had got into the queue for Terrifier because we'd originally wanted to go to Five Nights at Freddy's, but they'd hit capacity, they weren't letting anybody in. When they say get in the queues early, they're not talking get there for when they open, they're talking get to the opening at least an hour beforehand, because by the time we got to Terrifier, I think we were stood in the queue for an hour, and then when the queue started moving it was nearly another hour, and for that whole time it was pouring down with rain. I mean absolutely torrential. It was kind of like flooding around bits of the queue area, and it was miserable. I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't your sort of typical Florida downpour. It does it for a few minutes, maybe up to 20-30 minutes, and then passes on. It was pretty much like that the whole evening, and we just got stuck in one of the few houses that actually didn't have any cover for the queue. So yes, if it's raining, definitely wouldn't recommend queuing in that one. I'm sure it'll be different next year anyway. If it isn't, then don't go for that one. So we were stood in the pouring rain and we were absolutely soaked. And when I say soaked, ponchos, there was no point even having them on. We were soaked through to the bone, t-shirts, socks, trainers, and yes, it was unpleasant. And then by the time we actually got in the queue, we kind of felt like we were queued for a house that it wasn't that we weren't interested in it, it's just we didn't know any of the films or the backstory. Like I'd watched a little bit about it, but yes, I think it was just we'd had really high hopes, and then we got really sopping wet and we were just a little bit fed up. And one good thing that did happen is we were walking past Five Nights at Freddy's and it said something like 85 minutes, and at that point, like I said, we were sopping through. We'd just been waiting for about 2 hours and we just kind of wanted some food to warm up, and the woman just said to us at the front of the queue, if you want to get in here, go now. And we were kind of thinking, why? It's 85 minutes. So she was like, no, go now. And we went in, and the huge room, they were all covered whilst they were waiting, was completely empty. I was thinking, what's happened? I wonder if the closing for capacity had sort of thrown the queue system somehow. We basically just walked into that one. So that was great. That was a benefit, and that house was really cool. I'll talk about that in the next clip. I just wanted to say, just watch the next bit with a tiny pinch of salt, because we do get to go back to Halloween Horror Nights, spoiler alert, and we have a second night there, a much drier night, and a much more positive experience in general. So still probably looking like a drowned rat. We've actually come into the Minions Cafe, which is very opposite to Halloween's Horror Nights, just to have a rest, and we've realised how sopping our feet are. Like they're just completely drenched through. The thing was, we were already in the queue for Terrifier, and we're like, well, if we leave now, we're already wet. So we just stayed, and I think a lot of people did the same. And then after that, we went on to do Five Nights at Freddy's, and animatronics, like everybody's saying, are really cool in there. I just think that maybe horror houses aren't our thing. It's probably a really unpopular opinion, but we are kind of thinking like, what do we do now? Like obviously there's lots of other houses to go see, so we're going to go see a couple more. But yeah, like it's not for me, I have to say. And I feel like, I don't know, maybe that's a really bad thing to do, but because it's, and again, I'm thinking it was a lot of money to be here. Like I feel like I should be enjoying it more, if that makes any sense. But yeah, obviously I'm in a really privileged position that we could come here, and we're going to make the best of it. We're going to go and have a look at the food and the drinks and some of the scare zones as well. But yeah, I don't really watch any of these movies. I knew coming into this that I was going to be a little bit like a fish out of water, although I'm very much in water at the moment because I'm sopping. But yeah, it's just, I thought maybe I'd come and be like, wow, no, I really get it. I get why people come every year and spend this amount of money, but I don't. I'm sorry, I just don't. But yeah, we're gonna take it in our stride, and we're gonna drinks, food, scare zones. We're gonna go on some rides. We're ride people. That's why we're here. We love the rides. So yeah, we're gonna go on the rides and do another. We think we want to do Fallout and the sort. I don't know how you pronounce it. It's like Gunken, the Norse god ones. I mean, I was saying Five Nights at Freddy's, take the scare actors away. That would be really interesting to me. Like, I'd love seeing all the animatronics. It'd be really cool. But yeah. So yeah, we're just gonna go and have a little mooch around now, and we're not gonna dry off. We're just gonna stay soggy for the rest of the evening, I think. So there you go. Cheers. We have gone for the carrot cake from this stall over here. The candy floss looks a little sus, but the carrot cake smells really good. And here's a close-up of the cocktail that we got. Can't remember what it was called. Punch? Something punch. Wanna go see the florist? I don't know, the big green guy who's kind of scary. We're back from Halloween Horror Nights. Excuse the hair. Unfortunately, I did actually lose my scrunchie at Halloween Horror Nights. We're very sad about that. But we are back, finally dry. It was basically a complete washout from start to finish. Our feet are shriveled prunes. Our trainers are absolutely soaked through. So yeah, wasn't the best. I don't think we had the best experience, I have to say. We did get a few things done. We only actually got to see 3 houses in about 6 hours. We kept trying to see the show, but it kept getting cancelled, and like on the last one we were actually there like we were waiting for ages, and they only cancelled it maybe 2 minutes before it was meant to actually start. So yeah, that was a bit, I don't think it was communicated the best, to be honest. They did actually offer us a pass to come back another night, so we might do that, might take them up on that, even if it's just to see the show, maybe do like one other house. Or we enjoyed seeing the Death Eaters, that was cool, and a few of the actors, especially in the buzz off, I can't remember what the toxic zone is called, but there were some scare zones that we didn't get to see because of the rain. And we basically, the 3 houses that we saw were Terrifier, and we got absolutely soaked waiting in line for that. Then we saw Five Nights at Freddy's. That was really good. I like the animatronics, that was really cool. And then the 3rd house we went to was Fallout. I think if you were like a big fan, you'd be like, it would be something for you. but I've only watched a few of the episodes of it, and it was a very long wait. So I think by that point we were just absolutely wet through, and then we tried to see the show again, and it just got cancelled. So yeah, we'll see if we end up going back another night, maybe when it's a bit drier. And yeah, RIP to the scrunchie, that's gone. And yeah, so a little bit of a wet end to that one, but we did loads of rides because we had our fast passes in the daytime. I'm not sure how the fast passes work for Halloween Horror Nights. I just know that they cost quite a bit, but we didn't have those. We did see people using them, so yeah, I feel really like I've been a bit negative, but it wasn't at all negative. There were lots of positives. We had some nice drinks, nice food, so positives, negatives, but overall, you know what, we've got a ticket to go back if you want to go back, and we've got Animal Kingdom tomorrow. So thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, do what you gotta do, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.